morning, ladies and gentlemen. Lucky Tackle Box. This is November Walleye edition. Let's get right into it. And once again, we have prizes you can win, and the golden ticket with the number. I'm using my thumb to cover it up. I actually missed the last one, so I don't know why I'm so worried about covering it up. So anyway, I'm going to try to find a page that has the walleye box. I don't see. Okay, so anyway, I see they got a fly fishing box now. That's kind of cool. Not much of a fly fisherman, but I do have a kind of a passion for it. I went out once fly fishing, crappies, and casting on shore, and it was just phenomenal. So first on, we got Game On, which that's this one, and this is listed at $11.99. It's a big wrap stick bait. A lot of noise. The color, I like that color. The hooks look almost like plasticky. I don't know. It's a VMC, so I imagine they use their own hooks on there. VMC. Equipped with high quality saltwater VMC hooks, 3D eyes. Excuse me. It's 5.5 inches, 1 ounce. It's a sinking action, depth at 6 feet. So, I mean, I like it. It's get this camera position better. It's got a great color to it. It's got the the yellows, the blues, the purples. It's got the white bottom. Really a lot of noise in there and action. I like it. I like it a lot. I already use lures very similar to this, in length and size. And this one, the color, the paint job is something that I don't have already, so I like that. So that's cool. $11.99. I never for $12 it'd be hard for me to buy this in a store when I know that there's lures out there that I can get for $7-8 that I know can be just as effective, so it'd be hard for me to get that. Next we have the Rig Minnow Swim Baits. Okay, these are Primal Trace fishing lures listed at $5.99. They're paddle tail swim baits. They're weighted in the head. They're 2.5 inches, 1/4 ounce. They have kind of I would say bluegill type of paint job, so I mean that's pretty basic. I won't open that up. Everybody kind of understands the Northland Takle makes a lot of these. I have a bunch of these already, so these are cool though. They're a different kind of paint job than typical ones that I have. I don't know. Some of them have like a little rattle inside of them. Some of them don't. But how it works is it's got this paddle tail is what they call it on the back. And as you're reeling it in, that paddle tail kind of swims like that, and it gives it kind of a more realistic dance, like an actual minnow swimming or something. So, I mean that's pretty cool. Listed at $5.99 for Lake Fork Trophy. That were these. I know the Lake Fork packaging. So, Lake Fork. These look like flukes. Yeah, it's got the bottom. Ooh boy. Garlic. You can just smell the garlic on these hardcore. This one actually looks like it's it's, you can kind of see right there. It kind of looks like it's messed up a little bit on this one. I don't know if it's just the way that it's cut, or if it's the way that, yeah, see, this one's more of what it kind of should be. But they crimp it on the back end so that it sits a little bit off center, and then that way it does the same thing when you cast and retrieve. That back end really gets a lot of action and dances around. Whew, that garlic is really strong though. The garlic on there, I don't know how well that'll be for walleye. I've never used the garlic infused scent for walleye, but I do know that bass just love that garlic infused, you know. So if anything, these are good bass lures. Next is best. Must be this. Yeah, best walleye gear. So it's a crankbait. So it's a crankbait that the hook, it's got two, it's just your basic little bit of sound in there. It's very small. It's got kind of a perch colors. It's got the perch stripes, but more of a green. It's a high kind of a, oh, it's got a real sharp head on there. I don't know. I mean, it's what walleyes would want. It's small, skinny, you know, typical, like the forage that they would be after. I've never heard or seen this gear, anything that says walleye gear like that. It always makes me wonder, because it's, you know, to say that anything is typically one species or whatever, it just seems kind of, you know, off. So next on the docket is we have these Carlisle slip bobbers, and normally I always see these in the store. It has two. This one only has one, and it just has one knot, you know, as well. If you don't know much about slip bobber fishing, I've talked about it in some of the other videos, but you string this part here through your line first, and then you slide the knot off of this plastic piece, and then slide the plastic piece off your line, and then you pull on each of these real tight, and then it tightens up on your line. And then you put a bead, and the Carlisles actually have a bead in there. See, there's a bead kind of wedged in there. Get it to focus in. There's a bead wedged in there, but that bead will stop at that knot. So if you set that knot at, say, 15 feet, okay, well, then you cast out, your jig and your weight on the bottom side are gonna go all the way down into the water until that knot hits this bead. So it's a way to use a bobber in deeper depths, but it doesn't necessarily need to be deeper depths. It makes it a lot easier to cast. You can use it in 5 feet. I've used it in the reeds to get, you know, slip bobber just right in the weeds, so I'm sitting exactly at 2 feet without being right on top of the water. So slip bobbers are always good for walleye fishing, and, you know, all year round. I've used them. You know, I have several styles, several different ways of rigging them. You know, this is nice. Like I said, normally I've always seen them come in two, but now that I look at the size and length of this one, you can see why there's only one in there, because I don't think two would fit in there right, unless they were, you know, upside down or whatever. But Lucky Tackle Box is normally pretty good about, if if there was a mistake, that they'll send us another one or whatever. And last but not least, we have the Mustache, and we have some 3/0 big mouth lures, and these would be good for rigging these up. You know, you can rig them up, you can Texas rig them, and then they're weedless, and you can cast them up into the weeds. And then we have this sticker again. I like this sticker better than the longer one. I don't know, it seems better, seems nicer, seems more durable. The other one I had in my truck, it was like papery and it fell off. So there's, you know, recap. We got the slip bobber, we got the little tiny Rapala, and this Rapala was $4.99. The slip bobbers were $2.50. You know, we got the paddle tail swim baits. The odd hooks, the 3/0, they're really good for flukes, and you know, a lot of people would associate these with bass fishing, but they're not necessarily just bass fishing lures. You know, the trout live, or not the trout, the walleye live in the weeds and stuff as well, so you have to get in and at them sometimes. And then we got the big guy, and this is, I mean, this is a nice one. You know, I like it. You know, I'm getting a lot of these now to the point where I can't hardly fit them anymore in my tackle box, but I don't have the heart to stop getting them because they're so good. I like them, you know. I like the walleye box.